What if Asta had Soul Edge? And what if Deku had Soul Calibur? Part 1. First link video. Origins. The stage was set. The two who were once one face off. Siegfried and Soul Calibur against Nightmare and Soul Edge. Fate had brought them here, at the highest tower of the world. Good and evil fighting one last battle. Swords clashed, and wounds were made on both opponents. The very reality itself became unstable by the sheer power of these blades clashing. One more powerful strike, and reality itself tore. All sentient beings were ripped to shreds, gone for good. The blades that were once so powerful, destroyed. But as we all know, the physical form is merely one aspect of the blades. Both powers and aspects of the blades were ripped from their reality and sent careening through the void. The world they had originally come from would never see them again. The people became myths. The swords became legends. And it would soon fade out. Upon a distant reality, two infants lie in front of a church. The aspect of the unholy blade had entered this new reality, weak and fading. It sought out the nearest possible host. With a large flash of transparent red energy, what remained of Soul Edge engulfed and imbued the infant named Asta. By inhabiting this infant, all magic the child had was taken and used as nourishment to revitalize Soul Edge. The boy no longer possessed any mana and would never produce it again. This process caused the infant to cry, and it alerted the father of the church, who took them in. The father had tried to calm Asta, only to be kicked by the boy and sent flying back against the wall. Since when could a baby be so strong? 4 years passed, and the boys had gotten more powerful in different ways. Yuno got more powerful with his magic, and Asta became inhumanly strong. With Inferno being destroyed by the past events, Asta was left to grow up uncorrupted by any influence. Although no mana can be sensed from him, Asta has shown time and time again that he can create fire and throw it. A few more years pass, and we get to the drunkard who stole Yuno's pendant. Asta had looked for Yuno and overheard the man talking about selling his pendant for booze money, and got angry. Something in his chest started to heat up. Asta attacked the man, yelling at him to give the pendant back. Thanks to his strength, Asta was a real threat to him. The man got mad at this brat for what he was doing and threatened to use his grimoire. The burning in Asta's chest had moved to his right arm and left hand. Asta had lit his hands on fire, and the man became scared. This brat! For story's sake, let's say the drunk man has fire magic. Let's see how you like mine! The man launches a fireball at Asta. Yuno looked on in horror as the one who he considered his brother was sent back a few feet with his right arm completely charred, trying to defend himself. The man then realized what he had done and decided in his drunken state that Yuno had to die since he saw him. Asta opened his eyes and had heard the man. The drunk man turned to Yuno, who was horrified by what this man was about to do, and Asta only had a thought to himself. He spoke. No, No! Asta had burst into flames. His eyes glowed blood red. His right arm had grown into a big, monstrous version of itself with 3 segmented claws and multiple fully red eyes. In his left hand appeared a massive, transparent, one-edged blade with a wrapped bone handle, a closed eye at its base with 2 claws over it, and red metallic edges. What appeared to be decayed flesh had covered its center, surrounding a purple crystal. The flames around Asta's body gave a truly nightmarish appearance. Yuno was looking on in terror as Asta is walking towards the man, leaving flaming footprints with every step. What the hell are you? Stay back! The man threw more fireballs. Asta is seeing red and just walking through the man's attacks. As Asta got close enough, the man tried to punch him as a last-ditch effort. Asta took the punch without batting an eye, and used the transparent phantom soul edge to swing and cut the man in his chest. The wound wasn't deep, but the man felt unimaginable pain, and passed out after a few seconds of screaming. Yuno couldn't move. He was trying everything he could to try and make his way to Asta, to try and make him stop. But the red in Asta's eyes faded, and he simply picked up Yuno's pendant. Asta dropped Soul Edge and it disappeared. He walked over to Yuno as the flames covering his body faded. Asta looked tired. Yuno calmed down as Asta held his pendant to him, trying to give it back. Yuno took it. Thank you, Asta. That's when they made their promise. One of us will become the Wizard King. Yeah. Then they started to walk home. As they got near the church, Asta fell to the ground unconscious. His arm reverted back, and there wasn't a single mark left. It's as if his arm had healed. Yuno yelled for Asta and ran to the church to get help. Alright, this is the end of the first part of What If Asta had Soul Edge. This was also the beginning for What If Deku had Soul Calibur. That will be a different video. And next chapter will be called The Boy with the Power of Evil Itself. Do what you want. It's I don't know at this point. I'm just doing this as a hobby. I really don't care anymore. Well, I don't own anything in this video aside from my voice and most likely the drawing that I may have on screen. So, bye-bye.